Daughters and Sisters section of Ezekiel 16, where Jerusalem is compared to Samaria and Sodom, and God flips everything Israel thought she knew about righteousness and judgment. This section is found in Ezekiel 16:44-59. It's one of the heaviest indictments in Scripture. God takes Sodom, the symbol of wickedness, and says Jerusalem is worse. Your elder sister was Samaria, your younger sister was Sodom, and you surpassed them both. Let's break this into layers. 1. Proverb as pattern, like mother, like daughter, v44. Behold, everyone who quotes Proverbs will use this proverb about you, like mother, like daughter. This is a spiritual bloodline. God is saying, you didn't just inherit rebellion. You perfected it. Your mother, a Hittite, pagan idolatry, fear-based religion. Your father, an Amorite, pride, high towers, rebellion. Your sisters, Samaria and Sodom. This family tree is one of moral descent, not physical lineage. Who are the sisters? Name role symbolism. Samaria, elder sister, represents the northern kingdom, 10 tribes. Fell to Assyria due to idolatry and injustice. Sodom, younger sister city, destroyed in Genesis 19, symbolic of pride, neglect of the poor, and sexual sin. But now comes the shockwave. You have not merely walked in their ways, you acted more corruptly than they. Verse 47. As I live, and your sister Sodom was not as wicked as you. Verse 48. Jerusalem, the chosen bride, has become more perverse than the cities she once used as cautionary tales. 3. What was Sodom's sin? Verse 49-50. Behold, this was the guilt of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters had arrogance, abundant food, and careless ease, but she did not help the poor and needy. Thus they were haughty and committed abominations before me. Notice, before the abominations came the indifference. The true root of Sodom's fall wasn't just sexual sin, it was pride, greed, neglect of the vulnerable. They had everything and cared for no one. This makes the comparison even more damning. Jerusalem had the Torah, the temple, the glory, and used it for herself. Samaria's sin, v. 51-52. Samaria is Jerusalem's older sister, but God says, you have multiplied your abominations more than they. You have made your sisters appear righteous. That's like saying, you made the criminals look like saints compared to what you've done. 5. The daughters, you were haughty and committed abominations more than they, and you justified your sisters by all your abominations which you have committed. 5:52. The daughters of Sodom and Samaria are their descendant cities, their cultural offshoots, their spiritual legacy. By calling them Jerusalem's sisters and naming daughters, God is showing wickedness reproduces. Evil patterns are generational and cultural, but so is mercy. We'll get there. Kabbalah and Gematria Insights 1. 3 sisters, 3 spiritual centers. City corresponds to Kabbalistic corrupt shadow. Sodom, Malkut, earthly kingdom. Selfishness, disconnection, materialism. Samaria, Tiferet, beauty. Idolatry, distorted worship. Jerusalem, Yesod, covenant. Violated intimacy, spiritual adultery. Jerusalem was supposed to be the bridge, the covenantal vessel of God's presence. Instead, she became a broken well-spilling divine flow into idols. 2. Gematria, Sodom as Sodom, verses 2-10. This matches bondage, BDVT, Avdut, 210, symbolizing Egypt, the house of slavery. So Sodom represents not just sin, but captivity of the soul. God is showing. You've taken yourself back into slavery, but this time of your own choosing. The flip, Sodom will be restored. Nevertheless, I will restore their fortunes, Blaiva 53. Your sisters, Sodom and her daughters, will return to their former state. Vin 55. Wait, Sodom restored? This is mind-blowing. God is saying, even the worst places have a future in my mercy. But you'll be ashamed when you see them rise before you. This ties into universal restoration hinted in the prophets, echoed later by Jesus. It will be more tolerable for Sodom on the day of judgment than for you, Capernaum. Matt 11:24. Summary: the mirror of sisters. Jerusalem, thinking she was righteous, is more guilty than those she judged. She forgot her covenant, misused her gifts, and passed into generational evil. Her sisters, Sodom and Samaria, become mirrors of what she once despised but now reflects. God's judgment is devastating, but his mercy in the next turn will shock the system.